Welcome. Today we're exploring the body's information superhighway, the spinal cord and spinal nerves. Let's break down how you move and feel.
The spinal cord, the body's communication highway, and the spinal nerves that branch out from it are the backbone of our nervous system.
Let's examine the posterior view of the spinal cord. Notice two key areas of thickening: the cervical enlargement, which supplies the arms, and the lumbar enlargement for the legs. As we move down, the solid cord tapers into a cone-shaped region called the Conus Medullaris, typically ending near the first or second lumbar vertebra. From here, a collection of nerve roots continues downward, resembling a horse's tail. This is the Cauda equina. To stabilize the cord, a thin strand called the Filum terminale extends from the pia mater to anchor it in place. Branching outward, we find the spinal nerves, organized into cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral regions. Along these paths, look for the dorsal root ganglia, which house sensory cell bodies, and the sympathetic chain ganglia running parallel to the column. In certain areas, these nerves weave together into complex networks known as plexuses.
Now, let's go inside. Looking at a cross-section, we first identify the gray matter. Note the dorsal horns, the ventral horns, and the lateral horns. Connecting these is the gray commissure, which surrounds the central canal. Moving to the peripheral structures, identify the dorsal root ganglion, and the dorsal ramus. Opposite those are the ventral root, the ventral ramus, and the rami communicantes, all converging as spinal nerves. Next, we examine the white matter, organized into functional columns. We have the posterior white column, the lateral white column, and the anterior white column. You can orient yourself using the deep anterior median fissure and the shallower posterior median sulcus. Finally, we have the protective meninges and their associated spaces. From the outer layer inward, identify the epidural space, the dura mater, the subdural space, the arachnoid mater, the subarachnoid space, and the delicate pia mater, which sits directly on the cord.
Moving to the periphery, there are 31 pairs of spinal nerves, and it's important to remember that all of them are mixed nerves, carrying both sensory and motor information. These are organized by region. We have 8 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 1 coccygeal pair. Note the naming convention. The 1st through 7th pairs emerge above their corresponding vertebrae. However, a transition occurs at C8, which emerges between the 7th cervical and 1st thoracic vertebra. From that point down, all remaining nerves emerge below their named vertebrae. While our model shows 29 pairs, keep in mind that the S5 and coccygeal pairs are often omitted. Now, let's locate the major nerve networks, or plexuses. First, the cervical plexus, located in the neck. Its most vital branch is the phrenic nerve, which innervates the diaphragm to control respiration. Near the cervical enlargement, we find the brachial plexus, which powers the arms. Key branches include the axillary nerve, the musculocutaneous nerve, and the radial, median, and ulnar nerves. Further down, the lumbar plexus emerges, near the lumbar enlargement. Here, identify the femoral nerve and the obturator nerve. Finally, we reach the sacral plexus, which gives rise to the largest nerve in the body, the sciatic nerve. As it travels down, it branches into the tibial nerve and the common fibular nerve, together providing sensation and movement to the lower leg and foot.
Thanks for watching our deep dive into the spinal cord. Keep practicing these terms, and I'll see you back here for our next lesson.